My name is Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland, where every cut is the right cut. Now, here's your host, Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Hi, my name is
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a thirsty Thursday in the Mid-South. Man, and it's wet, bro. If you're coming down Mount Moriah, don't do it. Got cars stuck everywhere. I wish I knew the crossover streets, but if you're going down Mount Moriah, and I don't know which direction you're heading towards Ridgeway from the half shell, that'll help you. There's a lot of cars stalled in the middle of the road because, damn it, that was a flash flood, yo. Water was coming down. Water's coming down on the Yankees too, man. I'm starting to believe that the only reason that Aaron Boone has a job is because Hal Steinbrenner and Brian Cashman need a fall guy. This is ridiculous. Get rid of this fool. Bring in some talent. We got a lot of baseball we got to talk about today. Some wild stuff going on. We got to talk about who's real, who's not for real, what pitchers. There's some pitchers out there that I think are available that could change the outcome of certain teams. What's going to happen to the trade deadline? We're definitely going to talk about that. We also got to talk about, did you know Nerfies? If you're a Nerfie guy, if you don't know what a Nerfie is, it's not a Nerf football. It is no runs first inning. Yesterday, Vegas, if you're a Nerfie player, took you to the house because it was 5 wins and 10 losses. The Yerfie was on fire. Of course, I took the Yerfie, Tuesday? And it didn't hit.
You took one yesterday, John.
Oh, it was yesterday. Man,
Brewers and Cubs.
These days are
100-unit play.
Oh, my God, that's right. Oh, good. That's right. Yeah. Let's not talk about
my mic's not on. You just said yeah to something that nobody else knows.
Oh, man, I'm doing terrible.
You just read my lips.
I was, yeah. Yesterday wasn't very good, by the way. If you were a Nerfie player, did you know yesterday was the absolute worst day in Major League Baseball? So, again, the reason Vegas backs themselves up against the wall and takes on all comers is because they always take it back. But we are going to talk some odds. Not baseball odds, but some football odds. There's some great, I like the futures bets because they're little bitty seeds you plant. And then sometimes the seeds you plant, they don't come back and grow. But then all of a sudden, maybe next day, you got this big, bad Japanese maple in your backyard looking beautiful from the seeds you planted.
You got Japanese maple, John?
In my backyard? No, actually, no, I don't. But my parents got a bunch of them, and they're beautiful.
I've got 2. Didn't buy them, though. They just grew naturally.
So
if anybody needs one, put in your offers.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. They're expensive, too.
But that's like a futures bet.
Yeah.
It can come back and it can sprout something beautiful, or it just might not come back and you kind of forget about it because you bet 3, 4, 5, 6 months out.
I view them when I was young, my grandma would always give me a savings bond for my birthday.
Damn, your grandma sounds like a smart woman. I like that.
I lost all of them. But you have to wait 5 or 10 years to get the money or whatever.
That was the reason I liked them.
It's kind of and then she told me, and the nerve on my grandmother, she said, I want you to use this to pay for college once you get older. Unless, of course, you get an athletic scholarship somewhere. Grandma, what about an academic scholarship? You don't think I could, get college paid for because of my brain?
She knows them genes, brother.
She knows me.
She knows them genes, man.
Then I lost them, so I guess she was right.
But there are honestly some seeds that I think you could plant. Have you looked at the favorites to win the national title this year?
I haven't looked at it, but I'm sure I could tell you the teams up there.
I bet you can. The top 2 teams, just take a wild guess.
Georgia and Ohio State.
Damn, you are good.
Yeah.
Both are matched at the exact same odds at plus 325. The one that I feel weird is Oregon is plus 800. They have the third best odds, or second best odds because you have 2 teams tied at first. Oregon's plus 800. Texas plus 850. Alabama plus 1,500. Ole Miss! Hotty toddy, gosh almighty, who the hell are we? Plus 1,700. LSU plus 1,800. Notre Dame plus 2,200. Those are your top 8 favorites to win the national title. Oregon looks like a dumb bet to me. Not because I don't believe in Dan Lanning. Not because I don't think Dylan Gabriel can't be actually just as good, if not better, than Bo Nix. First year in the Big Ten, a lot of change. Yes, you're going to make the college football playoff possibly because I think you're the second best team in the Big Ten. I do believe that, which is absolutely wild. If you would have told me when Pete Carroll was running USC that Washington, Oregon, UCLA, and USC were going to join the Big Ten, I would have said, why the hell do they want Washington or UCLA? Hell, Deshaun Foster doesn't even want UCLA, and he's the head coach. But you would have thought just USC. Do you remember the defensive players that Pete Carroll used to put out?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't know if you know this, but Mr. Head and Shoulders himself played at USC. Did you know that? Do you know who Mr. Head and Shoulders is?
No.
Dude, Troy Polamalu.
Oh, Head and Shoulders, like the commercial, dude.
Like,
I see.
I love little Troy.
I was confused.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope other people got that.
Well, now they know because you explained.
Oh, I explained it.
Right.
But they used to have dudes that played defense. Well, guess what? USC plays no D. The one thing I do believe about Oregon is Dan Lanning is from the SEC. He's going to play some D. Mm-hmm. And they're called Ducks. It starts with what?
Quack, quack, quack.
No, a D.
Oh.
A D. They're going to give you the D. Dan Lanning is going to give you the D. You might not want it, but he's going to give it to you.
That's right, by golly.
And I do like Oregon. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're going to be bad, but dude, plus 800. But look at the dominance between the top 8 teams in the odds and how many of them are the Big Ten and the SEC. 7 of them. I was shocked LSU's plus 1,800. Is Brian Kelly going to lose Jaden Daniels, shore up that defense in 1 year, and get back to the mountaintop?
It's a good question. I will say this. I really like Garrett Nussmeier. Now, we haven't seen a ton of them, but what I have seen, what we saw in the bowl game, I really like.
Shoot, I love me some Nico in that bowl game against Iowa's defense.
Yeah. Oh, man, that was good, too. I'm excited about Nico, and I am not a Tennessee fan by any means.
But those are a few of the odds. These are a few of the seeds that I want you to plant. And the one that I was thinking about is I watched Jalen Milroe today. Did you know he was on every damn show? CBS is this morning. You know the CBS is, what is it? CBS morning show?
Something like that, yeah.
I know it was CBS, damn it. I don't know what they call it. I think they just call it CBS Mornings.
Yeah, I think they do.
Is that it?
Yeah.
He was on there.
Wow.
He was on Get Up. He was on The First Take. And he was all over the Deadgum X.
Good for him.
He was up in New York looking fly, talking good, telling everybody about how great Nick Saban is, but how he's excited about Kalen DeBoer, how he's excited for Nick Saban going into retirement, and how he believed this team is going to be really better than last year's team because you have to forget how they started out. And he says that, they have a motto this year. Do you know what their motto is for Alabama this year?
No.
Lank.
Okay. L-A-N-K?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What does that stand for? That's an acronym, right?
I mean, that's what remember the acronym I gave you?
Yeah. What? Gash?
Yeah. You said it. Lank. Let all naysayers know.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Let all naysayers know.
That's right, yeah.
He's like, that's our team motto this year.
That was his motto last year.
That was his motto last year, but this year it's spread to the entire team. Kalen DeBoer has adopted it. And by the way, he's got high praise for Kalen. And if you look, like in the last 2 seasons, do you know how many games Washington lost in the last 2 seasons?
Not a lot.
3.
Yeah.
My man put up, 24 wins, 3 losses, I believe. Damn. That's getting it done. Last loss, by the way, if you don't remember, was in the national championship game against Michigan. Speaking of Michigan, I'm excited to talk a little NFL. Did you see my boy Jim Harbaugh yesterday?
What'd he do?
Dude, just being Jim Harbaugh, dude. I'm so glad this dude's absolute insanity is back in the National Football League. Because I couldn't like him as a Michigan man. It's because I'm just not a Michigan fan. Never really been a big blue and maize guy. When I was in love with Peyton Manning, Charles Woodson stole his deadgum Heisman. By the way, do you know who has the most MVPs in all of the National Football League?
No, who?
Man, Peyton Manning, dude. 5.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, don't be messing with me. Now, you don't have Tom Brady's Super Bowls, but damn, he's got 5 MVPs. Lamar Jackson don't have any Super Bowls, but he got 2 of them. We got so much NFL talk. We're going to talk about contracts, quarterbacks, and then I'm going to talk about the Titans today. We got Brian Callahan and Rand Carthon talking pretty good about Will Levis. You got Calvin Ridley singing his praises so high. Do you know what Calvin Ridley said Will Levis reminds him of?
Who?
A peak Matt Ryan.
Huh.
Now, I don't think Matt Ryan, who's going to get in the Hall of Fame, is a Hall of Fame quarterback. He blew the lead. I mean, damn, run the football. Come on, Matt, complete a pass. Kyle Shanahan can't win the big game. But that is a really, like, honestly, Will Levis, the man who puts mayonnaise in his coffee, they say he's the hardest worker on the team. Now, I also believe there's a lot of BS in what was said because Calvin Ridley, while he sang his praise and his comparison about being as prepared as Matt Ryan, and he was like, you know who was the first person at the facility at the start of training camp? It was Will Levis. 4:45, he was in his car out in front of the... Man, do you believe that half the time?
No.
I don't either. I'm like, you're such a liar. And then when he said this, and this is when I said, bro, you just think everybody's dumb. Like, this is where you're trying to pull the wool on everybody's face. Because all people do is, you know what all people do?
I.
Damn right. And poop.
Yes, that's true.
And what he was dropping was straight up crazy stuff. He said, yeah, you know that we all went down to Cabo to work out this summer?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of working out being done in Cabo.
Oh, no. Time out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going, our off-season training program was at Cabo. We were at Sammy Hagar's training all summer long in Cabo together.
Right. Yeah.
So that stuff just made me laugh.
Working out those forearms by drink to mouth. Back
Dude,
to
12-ounce curls, brother.
That's right.
Shots of tequila, Tito's, Tito's. I do have to say, though, when you go to Mexico, you got to drink a little of that agave. You know what I mean? And I don't even know where I was because, Tennessee Titans. Not only did Calvin Ridley sing Will Levis's praise, you had Treylon Burks, who now is coming off the... By the way, did you know he's not going to start at all? And I know he had a lot of pressure coming in after, like when he left Arkansas. He's a super athlete. They traded away A.J. Brown and basically said, this kid is replacing him. Well, now this kid finally did show up to camp. He's in shape. He is going to be rotating in with D-Hop and, of course, Calvin Ridley. They're going to put, I'm sure, Tyler Boyd in the slot. Now, he could run all 3 positions, but I can see keeping Calvin Ridley and D-Hop fresh by rotating in Treylon Burks. And let me just tell you something. With a little TP in the backyard, and I'm not talking about poop, I'm talking about Tony Pollard, this offense might not be that bad. Not saying that this is a team that's going to the deadgum Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong. But, man, there might be a little hope in Tennessee. Everybody's looking at Texans. C.J. Stroud. Shane Steichen, second year with the Colts. Anthony Richardson, AR-15s up in the house, if he can stay healthy. And then, of course, Jacksonville Jaguars. Bro, they just gave Trevor Lawrence a bag. A fat bag. And I'm not talking about some smoke or lettuce. I'm talking about pure money. My man got paid. And I kind of mentioned this yesterday in just a slight passing. Remember how I mentioned the 2020 draft yesterday?
Yeah.
And I was like, Joe Burrow, remember he was taken number 1 overall? He's healthy. He looks like Cody Rhodes now, the wrestler.
He does. I saw somebody put that on Twitter last night.
I stole that straight up from Dustin Starr.
That's hilarious.
He sent that to me. Thank you, Dustin. He's like, dude, does my boy not look like Cody Rhodes?
He sure does. And someone put the tattoo on his neck. Hilarious.
But Joe Burrow, 5 years, $275 million. That's from the 2020 draft.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert was taken 6th.
That's right.
He has a 5-year, $262.5 million contract. Jalen Hurts was the 53rd pick. I forgot in the 2020 draft until yesterday when I started doing a little Eagles research. There's 42 days till the NFL starts. If you can't tell, I'm a little excited. And I have nothing else to do because I can't work out and I can't go anywhere. Can't do anything except for study, and I guess that's good for my job, baby. But I don't think my brain's working because I don't sleep. But Jalen Hurts, 5 years, $255 million. Guess which 2 quarterbacks were also drafted in that draft?
The 2020 draft?
2020. Joe Burrow, 5 years, $275. You got Justin Herbert, 5 years, $262. You got Jalen Hurts, 5 years, $255 million. 2 other quarterbacks were drafted in that draft.
I have no idea.
Tua Tagovailoa was taken 5th before Justin Herbert.
Tua.
He's on the last year of his deal.
That's right, and who knows what they'll do.
Do you know his original contract, his rookie contract, was a 4-year deal at $30.3 million. He's in the final deal. He's making $23 million this year because in the previous 3 years, did you know that he only took home 7?
Wow.
Yeah. So I guess that 23's got to feel kind of good, but he has nothing else guaranteed in the future. And then Jordan Love has only 1 year left on his deal. He's only getting $13.5 million this year.
He's going to be a happy, happy man in about a week.
Man. My man is going to get paid. But I'm curious because I love Mike McDaniel. You have Tyreek Hill. You have Jalen Waddle. They've got more speed than you can shake a stick at. Tua does process information extremely quickly. He gets the ball out of his hand. He doesn't have a strong arm, but damn, he's accurate. But the problem is he's injured every year. And he's like Dak Prescott in the fact that he's great during the regular season and in warm weather, but don't let that dude throw a ball in the playoffs because it's going to be a pick 6 or a bad read or something stupid. Remember when he went down and spiked the ball?
That's right, yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah, I love me some Dak memories. Sorry for you Dallas Cowboy fans.
What it is.
But I mean, like Mike McDaniel is going to get the best out of Tua. They're in negotiations, I'm sure. But I'm curious. Which quarterback do you give a bigger bag to, Tua or Jordan Love? You've seen 1 year of Jordan Love. 1 year of Jordan Love. You have seen Tua. He's gone from Brian Flores hating his guts and not wanting him to be the quarterback to now Mike McDaniel's getting the best out of him. But again, he's had concussion issues. Mm-hmm. He's been injured often. Yeah. And he is kind of frail. Mm-hmm. So how big of a bag are you giving this guy? He ain't Dan Marino, yo.
Yeah, I don't. Look, this is all I'll say. I definitely feel a lot more confident if I'm
if you're the Packers.
If I'm Jordan Love than I am Tua.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I am pulling the bag out and giving it to Jordan Love.
Yeah, which is again so crazy because I remember draft night. I remember his first preseason game where he came out and threw like 2 interceptions or something like that, and everyone was like, "This is a joke." I mean, why would they even waste a pick on this guy?
What happens, as I said yesterday, when you let somebody with elite skill watch a future Hall of Famer play a game?
It's incredible.
It's crazy. It ain't by osmosis, but it's something like it.
Something.
Like if you ain't next to it, you ain't going to know it. But when you're next to it for 3 years, again, you look at Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, then Aaron Rodgers, now Jordan Love. Packers know how to do it, man. Let them boys sit and learn how to play the damn game. It's fast.
Yep.
Man, that first segment was really, really fast. We got Isaac Simpson on the other side. We got to talk about the Grizzlies. They cut Trey Jameson.
Yeah, he didn't sign another center.
Yeah, they signed some dude named Jay Huff.
Yeah. Huff
Didn't
it
he
up.
play for the Cavaliers when they won the title? Is that the Jay Huff?
No, I don't think that's the same Jay Huff. I know he played with Denver.
Oh no, I'm talking about Virginia National Championship.
No. Yes,
maybe.
that was the same Jay Huff. You're absolutely right. Yes.
Damn, thank you.
Yes.
See, my brain
correct.
works on a.
See, I thought you were talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh,
I was like, the last time Cleveland won an NBA
it was
final
all because of
like,
Kyrie.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think this guy's that old.
It was all because Draymond Green couldn't stop hitting people in the junk.
That's right.
By the way, that's just a proof positive. Karma is real. Don't hit another man in the junk if you want good karma. Don't touch it out. Isaac Simpson on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11, here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Everyone loves home improvement. South Haven Supply and Warehouse 51 makes it easy. A real hardware store run by 3 generations of a real hardware family where you can get it all. Whether it's repairs, remodeling, or new building, kitchens, bathrooms, tiles, tubs, vanities, sinks, mirrors, lighting, furniture, even door hardware. All the latest designs as well as timeless classics. And if outdoor fun is on your mind, they have the big green egg and accessories. South Haven Supply and Warehouse 51, 8560 Highway 51. Easy home improvement.
Hey everybody, together let's drive to the beach, to the lake, to the mountains, to anywhere in what you really want to drive in. I'm out here at Olive Branch at All-Star Chevy. Hundreds of new and pre-owned Silverados are out here right now, some marked 12% off invoice. Add up all the All-Star special discounts and look for Costco member deals. It's one sweet buyer's market with financing as low as 1.9. No payments for 90 days on a bunch of new All-Star Chevys. And nothing beats road trips in a new Tahoe. And get an extra $500 bonus if you're in healthcare, an educator, a college grad, military, or first responder. And no matter what pre-owned you're looking for, it's here at Olive Branch. Jeeps, 4Runners, Expeditions, Navigators, all the trucks here in Olive Branch where you could drive them all. Bring any vehicle you want to sell and get a big check today. So let's go. Don't miss All-Star Chevy's special summer sale going on right now in Olive Branch, or go to allstarautogroup.com.
There's an institution in East Memphis that I love talking about. It's the Spirit Shop at 4848 Poplar Avenue, right down the street from Clark Tower, and it looks like a log cabin. It's been around Memphis since 1969 with a family-owned, friendly, knowledgeable sales staff that is just a wonderful place to go. I love going in and talking wine or bourbons, and they've got such great selection. So if you've not visited the Spirit Shop in a while, it's been remodeled. You'll love what you see when you need spirits. Tell Eddie Wolo said hello.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to their retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors in Little Rock, Cleveland, Mississippi, and now open in Horn Lake at 2356 West Goodman Road. Specializing in flooring and carpeting, tile, plantation shutters, and blinds, Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects, call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM, your Mid-South sports station. Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour brought to you by Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland, where every cut is the right cut. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a Thirsty Thursday, and it always makes me think of one place, man. Actually, two places. Because when on my Thirsty Thursdays, you know where I like to go? To get my mouth a little wet?
Where's that?
Buster's Liquor Store. Cool thing is there's 2 liquor stores now. Did you know that?
Oh, I did know that. I saw the other one the other night.
Yeah, man. If you're driving down Poplar and you're going down about to hit Ridgeway Trace Shopping Center, look to your right, man. You'll see Buster's brand new, beautiful liquor store, stocked to the hilt.
Looks
with
like it's got a lot of space
Tito's.
in there.
Tons of space.
Yeah.
For a lot of booze. You know what else, though? The original Gangster's still there, right there at Poplar and Highland. But they've done something else over at Poplar and Highland that's been done, I don't think, anywhere else in Memphis. I've never been to a place like this. It's called Buster's Butcher. Yes, Buster's Liquor Store. Right behind it has Buster's Butcher. And everything is cut right there in front of your face to order. You can tell them you want it an inch thick. You could be like Pamela Lee and say, I want it real thick. Well, however thick you want it, you can get it. And it's the best meat around. Plus, they have like charcuterie boards. They have sides. They have everything. Learn more at bustersbutcher.com. It's time to talk. Thank God he's joining me because I can barely breathe. My good buddy Isaac Simpson. What's up, homie?
Man, what's going on, Johnny? I'm good. How are you?
Man, I've been struggling today, buddy. I don't know if it's the rain or the fact that I have no painkillers. But this show has been painful. About as painful as looking at the Grizzlies the last, couple months and thinking about their center situation. And then all of a sudden, Zach Edey, who made me very mad as a 9th pick, gave me a lot of hope during Summer League. And then they cut Trey Jamison yesterday. And I can tell you the only thing I know about the kid they signed, Jay Huff, is I remember he did play for that national championship team for Virginia, I think, in 2019 or 2020. It was right when the vid started.
Yeah, he did play for Virginia. I like the move. I mean, obviously it's not earth-shattering or a big-time move or anything that's going to absolutely move the needle or anything like that. But as far as the two-way, once they drafted Zach Edey, I felt like kind of having Trey Jemison as that kind of developmental center, both being kind of traditional centers, I felt like they needed to move on and possibly find a guy that's kind of more of a modern big. And Jay Huff definitely fits that bill because he's a guy that has shown the ability to stretch the floor. I mean, he shot close to about 39% from three his senior year at Virginia. Can also make a little bit. He can get up and down the floor. He has this reverse dunk that he does that he's known for. Excuse me. So I think it's a good pickup. I think when you look at the guys they have on two ways on this team, I mean, you have a lot of older guys. I mean, Scottie Pippen Jr., 24 years old. You got Cam Spencer, who's a rookie, but he's 24, the champion coming in from UConn, and now you have Jay Huff, who's 25, 26. They have 3 guys that I feel like could be on regular contracts. I feel like all 3 of those guys could help this team right now if need be. So I think it's almost like having 3 extra roster spots. Like you don't usually have 3 guys on two ways as good as these 3 are. So I think kudos to Zach Kleiman on what they did with those 2 ways. Because, again, most of the time you have – with the 3 two-ways, you might have one guy that's okay, and the rest of the guys, you're just kind of throwing somebody on there. And that's not what they have in these 3 guys. They have 3 guys that can really play.
Yeah, it's Scottie Pippen Jr. Like, I mean, I hate to – I mean, the thing for me is when he was at Vanderbilt, I thought he was a cute little player, you know? Ah, man, there's Pippen's kid. No tipping Pippen's kid. What's up, Larsa? Shout out. And then he continues to work. He's continued to get better. I thought he was basically just a scorer, but damn, he's a facilitator. He gets rebounds. He shoots the ball well. Like, he's a little pimp. Like, my man I think he's going to be the backup point guard for the Grizzlies.
Man, I am a big fan of his, probably the biggest fan of him. I feel like he should be on a regular contract. I don't think they're going to do it, and I get what a lot of people are saying. They don't have to. They have 50 games to put him on a two-way, but I just feel like when you look at what he did last year, like some people that are detractors want to say, oh, it was just summer league. He was balling out last year.
I was going to say, yeah, he was balling out. Especially like down the stretch, he was nasty.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he kind of kept the team afloat. I mean, I know they were losing games, but, I mean, he looked like an NBA player even last year. You talk about what he did in summer league. I mean, to me, he was the best player overall. It should have been MVP. I think he got robbed
I agree.
of that. But his defense that he showed, man, picking up full court, just in guys' shorts, man, just a flat out dog out there, man, and saw what he could do scoring wise. And that's one thing coming out of Vanderbilt. People kind of talked about him not being a scorer. He's really shown that, and he's really improved his 3-point shot to the point to where I think he's a bona fide 3-point shooter. I think he's a threat from there, no question. And I think he should be the backup point guard. I don't think that's what they're going to do. I don't think he's in a rotation unless somebody gets hurt. But I'm completely against that, though. I think I'm more for running a traditional backup point guard. The Grizzlies have a tendency. I think they're going to use different guys on the ball, like Marcus Smart, Vince Williams Jr., a little bit of Desmond Bain. I don't think they're going to use a traditional backup point guard and Derrick Rose whenever he's healthy. But, man, I think they're doing my guy Scotty wrong, man. I think he deserves a regular contract, and I think he should be in rotation because I think there are several teams right now that would put him on a regular contract and offer him minutes right now. And the Grizzlies are essentially telling him, man, you're really the fourth-string point guard right now coming to the season. And I just think he's too good for that, man. I'm hoping that changes, but I don't have high hopes unless somebody gets hurt that he's going to be in a rotation. That's just kind of how they operate. If you're on a two-way, they're probably not going to play you unless they're in dire straits.
Man, I will tell you, like, you have no idea how difficult this has been, like, watching Scottie Pippen Jr. in Summer League because, like, I mean, I know there's only 3 of them that I can think of, but we'll just call it the Mount Rushmore, and maybe Scottie Pippen Jr. will have kids in the future. But, like, I got 3 as Scottie Pippen, 2 is Scottie Pippen Jr., and Larsa, of course, is number 1 in the family. But, like, I mean, this is crazy to me, like, to think that this young man can come here and I just never saw it. I mean, he don't look like his dad, and the fact that he's not long, you never thought him as, like, being the athlete. But he's not going to have that type of career. I'm not trying to say that, but, like, I mean, he's just not, like, a gift. I mean, he ain't Marcus Jordan, you know what I'm saying?
No, man, he's a real player. Like, this ain't just Scottie Pippen's kid. I think, of course, he's not going to be Hall of Famer Scottie Pippen like his dad or anything like that, but, like, I think he has the ability. I know he's on the smaller side, but I really do think, like, Tyus Jones was starting for Washington last year, and this is high praise, but I really think he's better than Tyus Jones. I think he's a better defender. I think he's a better scorer. Now, Tyus Jones is a better facilitator, but I think overall game, I think he's better than Tyus Jones, and I think he could start for some teams. Like, I really do, especially bad teams right now. I mean, he's a bona fide player. Like, this is not a gimmick and just you just have Scottie Pippen's son, man. This kid can really play. He's put in the work, man. He's improved. And I think you saw out there in Summer League, man, he showed what he can do. Like, I just wish they would reward him with a regular contract because I think he deserves it.
What else did you learn in Summer League other than Scottie Pippen Jr. is the real deal?
Yeah, I mean, this Summer League, I think, just looking back over the years, man, this might have been the best, especially most entertaining Summer League that I can remember, and that's even with limited Zach Edey. I think Zach Edey, just even in the limited time that you saw, I think, like I said, I think both of us have kind of changed our opinion, man. I've done a little bit of a 180 on him. I think he's going to be really good. Now, I was a Klingon guy, and Klingon put some really good film on out there in Summer League as well. I think he's going to be really good as well.
Blocking everybody's shot, wasn't he?
Yeah, man, he's knocking down threes. I mean, he's doing things on both ends, rebounding the basketball. Just he's going to be a monster. He's going to win a Defensive Player of the Year at some point in his career. I don't think there's any question. He's just some of the block. I mean, he's out blocking guys on the perimeter, like guys shooting 3-pointers. You don't see really centers, especially guys that size, getting out there doing that, man. People talk about him being slow, but he can get around that court, man, when it comes to getting out and blocking shots, man. He's everywhere on the floor. But yeah, man, I think Zach Edey, I think he's going to be really good for this team. As long as he can stay on the floor and stay healthy, he's going to be able to rebound. He's going to set screens. I think he's going to open up lanes for jobs. You look at Bain and those guys, Luke Kennard, they bring him back. They're going to have a lot of open shots playing off of Edey. So I think he really helps this team and going to give a lot of the things they missed with Steven Adams went down after they traded him. You look at the other guys, Cam Spencer, man, I'm a huge fan of his. I've watched probably every
I like him now.
Yeah, I probably watched every UConn game they played last season because I was a Klingon guy, so I saw him as well. And I just, at 24 years old.
He can shoot the 3, bro.
man, if he's open, you can book it. Like he's not missing any open shots, and he's just high IQ. You can put him on the ball as a secondary ball handler. He just makes winning plays. He's a guy that you want on your team. He's coaching guys, getting them in position, and they're going to send him down to South Haven. I just don't think he needs that. He's on the two-way, but.
Did you see his quote? God, I can't remember where I read it, but where he said, "I'd sacrifice my life on the court to win a basketball game."
I think that was Kelsey Rice Johnson from Grind City Media.
I think you're right. Thank
interview
you.
with him, yeah, and he said he would die to win a basketball game, and you can see that on the floor with the way he plays. I mean, he plays with reckless abandon. He's going to give you everything you got. So I think he's going to make it hard to keep him on that two-way. Because again, another guy, Jalen Wells. Zach Kleiman hit a home run with this draft. I've been critical of some of the draft. You go back to some of the moves they made in the draft with Arabia, David Roddy, I think Kennedy Chandler, some mistakes they made. This wasn't a mistake this year. I think all three of these guys, I think they hit a home run. Jalen Wells, man, 6'7", can really shoot the basketball. Much better defender than people give him credit for. I think him and Cam Spencer are both going to be guys that are just going to go down to South Haven and light it up and kind of put some pressure on some of these other guys. I mean, you got to look at guys like Luke Kennard. They bring him back. Jake LaRavia. Those two guys are going to put a lot of pressure, man, on the Grizzlies to give them minutes. I think year one, because I think both of those guys, if you plug them in right now, could really help you. So the depth on this team, and I think you found it out in Summer League, is deep. I mean, G.G. Jackson started off struggling in the Utah Summer League, but
and then went
really
off.
came on in Vegas. He did some really, really good things in Vegas. So, I mean, I'm excited about the depth of this team and overall talent. Is it enough to win a championship? I don't know. I mean, I think they're in the mix. I mean, you have these teams. I don't know if they're at the top of that list, but they're definitely in the mix. They're a team that have a lot of things go right for them. They get the right matchup, run into a team with injuries. They could get to a Western Conference Finals, and you see what happens. But I don't know if it's enough to win a championship. Like if they matched up with Boston in the finals, I don't know if they could beat a Boston. But, I mean, they put together a nice team, man. And I think for once they have a lot of depth. Like they had a lot of guys like Zaire Williams and David Roddy, and they've got rid of a lot of those guys, and I think they've replaced them with better players. I think they have a lot of guys at the bottom of the roster now that could help this team if need be, and that hasn't been the case in the past. So, and I think you saw that on full display in Summer League. So, if you're a Grizz fan, man, you got to be excited, especially about these young guys, and now you're going to be healthy. Got these guys coming back. You add Zach Edey into what you have at the top. I think this team is going to be really, really good. I think health is the biggest question.
I'm right there with you, man. This is like last year was so disappointing. It was just a rough year. By the end of the year, we were excited about some of the younger players in GG and Scottie Pippen Jr., et cetera, et cetera. But, dude, they lost 55 games last year. This is a team that on paper right now, with their depth and their superstars, they, if things hit, this is a team that could easily win 55 games this year, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. If they're relatively healthy all year, I think this is the top 4 seed in the West. I think people are really sleeping on this team like Posturepedic, man. You see these predictions, and they got Grizzlies like at 8th and 9th, and people are saying they're going to win 43 games. And the only way that happens is if they have a lot of injuries again. I mean, if this team was second in the West, and I don't understand how it seems like people always forget the Grizzlies. Like they could finish, even when they're really good, like they could finish as a 2 seed, and when the predictions come out next year, they'd have them 7th or 6th. It happens year in and year out. I don't understand why people think this team can't be good, but I think they're going to open up a lot of eyes. I think a lot of people, it's what have you done for me lately? And I think a lot of people forgot about how good this team is when Ja Morant's healthy and all these guys on the floor, man. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. Not me, because, again, I think for sure if they're healthy, it's going to be a top 14. 5, I think 5 at the worst is the floor if they're healthy.
Follow Isaac at Isaac_NBA. Don't forget Sports Ethos. That's at Ethos Grizzlies. Check out their podcast. It's serious. We're talking Grizzlies. On the other side, we'll talk a little bit of Tigers, Penny, and their practices. A couple of changes in the NCAA and scholarships. How does it affect the University of Memphis? And maybe a little football if I got some time with my good buddy Isaac Simpson. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Bricks Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Bricks Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many. Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Women here in Memphis are wearing bigger, better quality diamonds and some amazing designer rings thanks to the arrival of Genesis Diamonds. Hey, it's Eric Hasseltine, and Genesis came on the scene here last year and shook up the jewelry world big time with rock-bottom prices on diamonds, a selection that's like 20 times ordinary stores, designer rings you can't find anywhere else, and guarantees and warranties that are the strongest in America. A relaxed, no-pressure, laid-back experience with no commission salespeople. Everybody here is loving what Genesis is doing. Whether you want a lab-grown diamond or a natural diamond, Genesis will easily beat anyone else's price. The owner is a former diamond wholesaler, and Genesis has cornered the market on the world's most acclaimed designer rings. They have all the top 10 designers in the bridal world, thousands of handcrafted rings made by the premier designers. For whatever special occasion you have coming up, don't go to the old-fashioned stores for the same old, same old. Discover the store that's raised the bar in quality, selection, and value. Prepare to be blown away. Genesis Diamonds on Poplar at Perkins Extended.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Hi, folks. Bob Burkheimer, Sunrise Buick GMC Truck. It's our 35th anniversary of Sunrise, and we're celebrating with savings that are bigger than ever. Over 600 new cars and trucks to choose from with huge savings. It's a used car buyer's dream. Check it out at sunrisememphis.com. Hundreds of used cars and trucks with a lot specializing in cars and trucks under 20,000. Bad credit? It's okay. You're approved at Sunrise. Remember, we specialize in secondary financing. New cars and trucks aren't free, but at least they're affordable at the 35th anniversary sale going on now at all Sunrise locations. Coming from Pike Blue Case and Collierville.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a thirsty Thursday. And I can tell you right now, it's raining. I could start drinking right now, Bryant.
Yeah, you could.
Man, go get me a bottle of Tito's. I know I got to have one in my office somewhere, right?
Yeah, I'll go and dig around and find one.
Best part of waking up is Tito's in your cup. Crafted and distilled in the United States, down in Austin, Texas. 6 times distilled in classic copper pots. And let me tell you something, it's got a unique flavor. Slightly sweet with the black pepper note. It balances everything out. You could be crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat. I'm telling you, get your Tito's on today. Time to talk with my buddy Isaac Simpson. You know him from the Ethos Grizzlies podcast. You know him from TigerSportsReport.com. And you know him because he joins me every Thursday, and he's awesome. What's up, Isaac?
Man, what up?
Man, I'm kind of curious. Penny Hardaway. He seems a little bit excited, maybe. He's had his team. He's saying, we're not starting behind the 8 ball, and I'm not talking about a big old 3.5 grams of yay. I'm talking about we're not starting behind the 8 ball. And this is Penny talking about his team being together. They've been together for about 7 weeks during this summer, about 8 hours a week practicing. And they're kind of getting to know each other. Last year, like the team didn't really get together till September. Is this actually going – because they started out so hot last year, I didn't feel like, joining in September mattered. He's making a big deal out of this. Is this them all being together during summer workouts? Is this important for the Tigers going forward?
I definitely think it's important. It is weird that last year was kind of the opposite of what we're used to seeing. Like the MO of Penny's teams is usually they're better at the end. This team was the complete opposite of that. I mean, they were good in the beginning, just fell off the rails.
Went from top 10 to not making the tournament.
Like, I mean, that's just I don't know, man. Just the bottom that was just super disappointing, man. I don't even want to. I mean, just bad memories, man. Thinking back on that season, but I mean, they're talented. I mean, but that's never really been the problem with these teams. They've always had the talent. It's just the other stuff, man. It just seems like there's always something going on internally. You got issues. I mean, you go last year with the stuff with Malcolm Dandridge, and there was apparently dissension in the ranks. Guys felt like they should have been getting more playing time. There's all kind of stuff going on behind the scenes. I've been told that there was a disaster in that locker room last year, to say the least.
Nate Oates kind of warned the whole place, too, by the way. We had that little unhappy point guard.
Yeah, Javon Quinley, I've heard can cause some problems in a locker room, to say the least. So hopefully, I mean, you cleared all those guys out. The only one back is Nick Jourdain, and he's a guy that seems to be happy to fit in a role. I'm glad you have one guy back that kind of knows the system. He's kind of an older player, so I think he can help bring some of these guys along. They did pick up another recruit, P.J. Carter, who played at UTSA last year. A guy that can shoot the basketball, shot about 41% from 3 on 4 attempts last year, so it's always good to have more shooting. I think they got kind of caught off guard with the David Jones situation. I think Penny and that staff fully expected David Jones to be back. I think that was kind of a big-time curveball because I think they kind of put their egg in that basket, and when it didn't happen, I think they kind of found themselves scrambling. So they finally got another.
Can I tell you honestly,
wing in here.
When David Jones did not come back to Memphis, I almost felt like that felt for me. Like, have you ever been rejected by that girl that you were in love with? Like, man, I love you, sweetie. Oh, my God, you're my girl. You hang out with her all summer, and then next thing you know, you find yourself in the friend zone. And then next thing you know, she's dating somebody else. And I felt like that was Penny and David Jones this summer.
Yeah, I think most people expected him to be back. I was kind of surprised. Like, it kind of started getting weird when he just kept going on. He never pulled out. Just kind of never.
It's always dangerous. If you don't pull out, it usually does ruin a relationship.
yeah. So that's exactly what happened there. But I mean, he bet on himself, and he ended up getting a 2-way contract with the 76ers. Played well in the summer league and earned himself a 2-way contract. Not going to be making the same money that he would have gotten if he was at Memphis.
No, that's why I was like, how did he turn down the ring? I keep going back to this marriage thing because I feel like Penny was offering him the king. Like, here's the king of the castle.
I've heard north of $1 million is what I heard that he could have gotten if he had came back to Memphis. So, but he said it, man. He said it wasn't about the money. He wanted to pursue his pro career, and he wanted to start that now. So, kudos to him. I mean, he got that done because I didn't even think that he would end up. Even though I understand the player that he is, I feel like looking at some of the guys and the numbers that he put up, I felt like he should be that. But when you're an older prospect like him, 23, 24 years old, the NBA just kind of, sometimes, man, you just don't make it. You see a lot of these guys that are juniors, seniors putting up these big-time numbers. A lot of times they don't even get drafted. I mean, you see that happen time and time again, and you'll have this freshman averaging 5 or 6 points a game, and they're going in the first round. So that's just kind of what you see there. But, yeah, man, P.J. Carter, I think, is a nice pickup late. Anytime you can add shooting to a team, because that's something that on the Penny with Memphis, they just really haven't had a lot of. And I think this roster offers that maybe more than any roster he's had. He can shoot the basketball. You got.
Is this style of play going to be any different with this new roster? Is he still going to always try to, put whatever shape he has? It could be a star, it could be a square, it could be a circle or a triangle, but he's going to try to put it in the round hole.
Yeah, I think this team probably fits his image more than last year's. Now, the question is going to be with Dane Danger. I do kind of have a question with that. He said he's losing weight, he's getting in shape. He has lost some weight. If you look at him, you can definitely tell that he's been working on his body, but he's not really the type of center that fits to what Penny wants to do. I mean, he's more of a.
We watched last year when they tried to put my man.
That's what has me worried. The same situation that happened there. And last year, I think with him, I think it was just a last-ditch effort. He just added a lot of talent. He wasn't worried about
He just had
kinda
enough
how they fit together.
stars. He had a high rating. He was a piece to fill because you had a roster spot, but did not fit the team at all.
No, and I said that immediately. I was like, man, I don't know how he's going to fit into what they do because he's not a guy that's going to get up and down the floor. Now Danger says he's going to do it, so we'll see. I think Musa coming off the bench, I think fit what they want to do more than he does. Musa's not an offensive threat, but he can be a defensive monster. I think coming off the bench.
I think he could. I was going to say, I can't believe. Okay, so tell me am I nuts? Because I watched a lot of Ole Miss basketball, so maybe that's it. I also remember when he was playing at Oklahoma State and he was Defensive Player of the Year. Like, Musa is full-grown man, runs the court, can fly, blocks shots, and it seems like this year you have a bunch of scorers and you have some shooters. I don't need you playing with your back to the basket. I need you to go set some screens, get some damn rebounds, and run the court. That's why I feel like Musa fits in better than Dane Danger.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm with you. I would probably start Musa if I was them because, again, they got scores. I mean, you got guards. I mean, they're loaded with Haggerty, Kobe Rogers. I mean, they have guys that can shoot the basketball. You've added Hunter. So you don't really need offense from that guy. Musa can get you some dunks, some putbacks, and stuff like that. You don't have to run any offense from him. He's going to just get that off of missed shots and stuff like that. So I think Musa's going to have a big year. Was he starting and coming off the bench? I think he really fits what this team needs. And I think he's going to have a big year, have a big impact for this team defensively. So, I mean, talent-wise, man, they're really good, especially in this conference. I mean, again, we say this year in, year out, but they should win this conference easily. And we say that every year, and it never happens. So, hopefully this is the year that this finally clicks, turn around. I think this should be a tournament team, again, especially in this conference. I think UAB is probably the only other team that should even be in the stratosphere of competing with them. So we'll see how it turns out. But talent-wise, again, it's not a problem at all, man. It's just can these guys come together?
Can they
stay together for a full year? Consistency is what this team hasn't had on the penny, and that's what you hope to see this year.
All right, got to ask you one question because I love football more than anything, and you're the biggest Dallas Cowboy fan that I know. And Brian Dacus, too. Dak Prescott, worth $65 million a year?
I mean, it just when it comes to quarterback contracts, man, it is what it is, man.
I know it is nuts.
Whoever the next guy is, somebody's gonna get more than that the next time. I think you should sign him if you're Dallas. I don't know what they're doing. CeeDee Lamb is holding out. I'm pissed off right now, man, about this off season.
Your three best players are all wanting money, and they ain't giving them nothing.
I mean, they didn't sign anybody. They just let guys walk. I don't know if they're secretly trying to blow this thing up after this year. You got Mike McCarthy and the whole coaching staff on 1-year contract, so it's a lame duck coaching staff. It's going to be a weird year. I think it could go one or two ways. They could be fine and still be that 10-11 win playoff team, or I think it could completely go off the rails because you got guys on a contract. Everybody wants to get paid. Dak's not on the contract. The coaching staff not on the contract beyond this year. And I could see that turning into a disaster. If things turn south, I can see it really going south. So it's going to be an interesting year. This is probably the least expectations I've had probably in a decade for this team. I don't have any expectations on what they're going to do. I'm not putting a number on it. I'm just going to let it play out.
It's kind of wild, though, that Dak Prescott, Pat Mahomes, and damn it, I can't remember who was third. But Dak and Pat Mahomes were top 3 in completion percentage, touchdowns, and QBR over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, man, when you look at all the advanced metrics, Dak is at the top of the league in all of those.
In all of them. He was right there. I want to say Joe Burrow, but I don't know if he had enough starts. I feel like it was somebody else, but it was Pat Mahomes, and then it was somebody else, and then it was Dak Prescott, and I was like, damn. But then I remember he's 2-5 in the postseason.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's just, and I don't know, it's just the franchise seems cursed, man, when it comes to the playoffs. I mean, same thing with Romo, and it just seems like deja vu with Dak's career. It's going the same way, man. Just get to the playoffs. It all
started with the butt fumble, didn't it?
Yeah, man. God, that's a bad memory, man. That was rough. Like, I almost cried that night. I'm not gonna lie. I almost cried that night.
Oh, I've been crying for a month. Isaac, do me a favor, man. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, man, you can definitely find me at Ethos Grizzlies. We're going to be recording a podcast at night, so that should be out tomorrow morning, so be on the lookout for that. Follow me at TigerSportsReport.com on my regular X feed at Isaac_NBA.
My friend, be blessed. We'll do it again next week.
Will do, man. Talk to you next week.
That's my buddy Isaac Simpson. I'm late for a break. We're going to take a quick time out. We're going to come back. We got to talk a little SEC. Did you know the NCAA raised their scholarships?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean for Memphis? I actually meant to ask Isaac Simpson, but my brain ain't working. But damn it, I'm doing my job, right?
You are.
I am
You're
talking
at an extremely
into
high
a
level.
I was going to call it a microwave.
Maybe you're not doing it at an extremely high level, John.
We're back in Two Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
East Memphis Ace Hardware is more than just a hardware store. It's really a customer service store with 20 employees along with complete inventory of items ready to deliver. Finding what you need is easy. Choosing from a complete selection of Big Green Egg as well as Traeger and River grills. And the Garden Center has everything for your yard. You can get glass cut, repair screens, and new keys with key fob programming. Tools, nuts, bolts, screws. You need it. East Memphis Ace Hardware has it. And they're just down the street at the corner of Woods and White Station.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
For over 8 decades, America's farmers have counted on the Little Red Tractor from Case IH, the Farm All, to help them make short work of their demanding chores. Well, Mid-South Ag can show you they aren't just for farms anymore. With horsepower ranging from 30 to 105, plus an army of attachments, they can tackle every chore on your to-do list, from hauling and mowing to loading and towing and then some. Stop by Mid-South Ag Equipment or call 662-890-3141 to find a Case IH Farm All that's right for you.
As you know, summertime is here. And for most people, that means more activities, more golf, more biking, more of whatever you love to do. But if you're dealing with minor aches and pains, your more could become less. This is why I'm here to tell you about Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that helps fight pain naturally. For instance, I was sent Relief Factor to try, and I've been taking it every single day. I'll tell you what, I feel the difference every day. You see, instead of masking your pain, Relief Factor's formula is designed to help reduce or even eliminate it. It's 100% drug-free, and it's been a game changer for so many people. So let's get after it this summer. Let's feel good. Let's do more of the things that we love to do. Don't let pain keep you down. Give Relief Factor a try and save on your first order. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor. These products and statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
Make your next grill your last with a Big Green Egg. Smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Save money on fuel, eating out, and replacing expensive grills that cannot match the flavor of the Big Green Egg. Ready to cook in only 10 to 15 minutes with temperatures below 200, above 700, and anywhere in between with ease. Change your at-home cooking experience for life. Go to shop.biggreenegg.com.
That is one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Thirsty Thursday. I hope you're having a wonderful, wet, wild Thursday in the Mid-South. I'm telling you, man, it does feel good, though. Like, it hasn't been, like, crazy hot lately this week. go outside. You don't just break a sweat. Heck, I go outside very rarely right now because I've been watching too much news and sports and reading crazy stuff. Yeah, it's been a rough one.
John, can I tell you a quick story about something that happened yesterday?
Absolutely.
I cannot wrap my head around how crazy this is.
Oh, I love craziness.
So, the Olympics have unofficially started.
Actually, you know what? I can tell you how you can watch the Olympic basketball team. That was one of the things I put in my notes, I believe, today.
Okay.
I just noticed I don't ever use my notes.
No. Well, they haven't started playing, but we have had soccer. Men's soccer went yesterday. Women's soccer's going today. We've had rugby. Handball started today. I think
By
that
the
might
way,
be
have
it.
you heard about the pickleball tournament that went on this weekend?
No.
80 million people, 80 million views for this all women's pickleball championship.
Wow. Holy cow.
Never played pickleball, didn't know much about it. Let me tell you something. Pickleball looks awesome.
Yo, you think it looks awful? I think it looks boring.
No, it looks fun, man. Dude, I'm talking about volleying. It was like a 75 volley pickleball, 2-on-2. Hot, by the way, women.
Interesting. So, John, yesterday we had a game between Argentina and Morocco in
What were they
soccer.
playing?
Soccer. Or football, as they call it
Soccer.
over there. So, it was 2-1. Morocco led. And then Argentina, they had 15 minutes of extra time. So, the game's winding down. We don't got a lot of time yet. Argentina scored late with an equalizer in the 106th minute. After that, cups and bottles were thrown onto the playing field. Flares were set off in the stands, and several Morocco fans rushed the pitch and were chased by stewards. The players fled the field and went back to their locker
For real?
rooms. Yes.
And this is the Olympics?
This is the Olympics.
I'm loving
And
it.
So nobody really knew what was happening. All the players left the field, and if you went online to the Olympics website, it said the game was over. A lot of other places said the game was over, and so everyone thought the game was done. 2-2 final score. Whatever. They tied. They drew, as some people would say. 2 hours later, news broke that Argentina's equalizer that they scored in the 106th minute had been ruled a no-goal because of an offsides. And so the players came back out 2 hours after the game was so-called finished to play 3 minutes of extra time in front of nobody before it was ruled Morocco won 2-1.
Do you know the only thing I know about Morocco?
There's a song that I know by Moon Taxi.
No. So when I was growing up,
Morocco, tell me what you want. I don't know the words.
So Morocco became independent, I think, in the 50s.
Okay.
Maybe the 60s.
Okay.
They legalized cannabis in the 70s. They were the first
Okay.
country to legalize, and they are still the world's largest supplier of hashish.
Really?
Bro, when I was growing up, if you had Moroccan hashish, you had the ish.
Oh, jeez.
I love Morocco. Did they win?
They did win.
You know why?
In crazy fashion.
Because they probably went and
They
smoked
got
a
that
whole lot of
stuff.
hashish during the break, and the other team didn't. And then they came back, Stony MacGyver, and then they scored the goal on the pitch.
Also, U.S. lost 3-0.
In what, soccer? So
soccer.
what? They suck. We know this.
The United
They
States
couldn't
has
even beat a little bitty country as small as Delaware.
I don't think Delaware is a country, John. I
mean, their
think it's a
country they
state.
played. They lost to a country that's the size of Delaware.
Oh, I see.
Who was it they lost to?
Oh, I don't remember.
It was dude, they didn't even have 10 million people in the entire country.
Yeah, no. There's the United States has a soccer problem.
We got 380 million people in this country. We can't find a bunch of dudes who can use their damn feet.
Exactly. And it's ridiculous.
By the way,
That's all
speaking
I
of
had.
feet, I got to speak of arms real quick. And this is not a Hardwood story. Did you see what the
Okay.
Kansas City Chiefs did?
Mm-mm.
So, do you know who Vinny Papali is?
Yeah, of course.
Vince Papali. Have you
Uh-huh.
ever seen the movie that Mark Wahlberg
Of
played
course.
him?
Yeah.
I think it was called Invincible.
That's
Good
right.
job, man. Look at me. I'm a
Look at you.
genius.
How about that?
Vinny Papali. Like, he was a barb dude.
Mm-hmm.
Great athlete. Went out there. And by the way, do you know who the coach was for the Eagles at the time?
Oh,
He cried all the time. He won a Super Bowl with the Rams.
I don't know. I should.
He's got gray hair, and I can't remember his name either. That's why I was
Shame on me.
actually like, help me out, dude.
I'm sorry.
I love him, and he cries all the time. 901-360-8255 and my personal number. No, never mind that.
Yeah, don't do that. Good Lord.
Unless you're hot. And I mean, and by the way, never mind. What was the point of my story?
I have no. Something about the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, Kansas City Chiefs. So they did a thing where they were joking around, and they said, if you think that you can play pro football.
Dick Vermeil.
Thank you. I knew it was Dick. I just didn't want to say it.
Richard.
No, it's Dick Vermeil. I knew it was Dick. I knew it. I just thought that it was my brain being dirty because I heard a Tool commercial just a minute ago, and I was like laughing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, Dick Vermeil, Vinny Papale. So Kansas City puts out this thing.
Dick is a nickname for Richard, right?
Yeah, I do.
So Dick's real name.
That's why we call him Dick Nixon.
Dick Vermeil, yes.
It wasn't because of his nose.
Right. Well, Dick Vermeil,
by the way, he had
his
a huge
real
nose.
name is Richard Vermeil.
Oh, it is really? To be honest with
Nobody's
you,
named Dick.
I ain't gonna lie to you, to be honest with you. I would never let anybody call me Dick.
I had there was a guy that went.
Unless they started off with Big.
Like
Mr. Big, Mr. Big. You know who I am. You know who Mr. Big is?
No.
Not because of my name. That's 8-Ball MJG, son.
That's a little before
That's
my
Memphis
time.
rap, bro.
A little before my time, John.
Yeah, I know. Y'all don't listen
Memphis
to
rap
8
to
Ball
me is
MJG.
no.
Y'all
Memphis
listen
rap to
to
me
Drake.
is Yo Gotti and Moneybag.
Moneybag, yeah.
R.I.P. Dolph. Oh man.
Do you remember I went to his funeral?
What?
You didn't know that?
You went to whose funeral?
Young Dolph's.
Really?
You don't remember the mistake? There's a Jewish funeral home next to the funeral home that's like a Christian funeral home. And
you were trying to go to the Jewish funeral home?
Yeah, like my Aunt Jody's.
I doubt Young Dolph had a service at a Jewish funeral.
No, it was
Could be
next
wrong.
door. Listen, I didn't know all the situations of this. These are old school, like Midtown funeral homes. So I'm late for a funeral. So I'm driving like a bat out of hell. I'm in my girl's BMW, full suit on. She's decked out to the nines. There are cops in the street and helicopters.
Right.
And I look over and I go,
snipers everywhere.
And I'm like, man, I didn't know Jody was like this popular. And I pull up and they're like, excuse me, sir. And I was like, dude, I'm late for the funeral.
Do you have an invite?
I'm late for. They looked at me a little cross. They were Memphis police officers, and they're like, okay, go on in. I go in. We walk into the funeral, and I open up the door, and I go, oh, damn.
This is the wrong funeral.
I was like, this is not the right funeral.
What's up, Key Glock?
Bruh. And then I was like, all right, we can't just like leave.
So you sat through the funeral?
We sat through it, and then we went over it. And by the time I got to the funeral I was supposed to be, because in the Jewish tradition, no, they have people who actually put dirt on your casket.
Huh, okay.
So they were like already doing the whole dirt, so I basically missed everything.
Wow.
And I don't know if that's in every Jewish funeral.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the only one I've been to.
I've been to many funerals in my life.
I've been to a few brisk.
I don't know what that is. I know brisket.
You don't know what brisket is? That's where they circumcise the.
Okay,
Come
all
on,
right.
son.
I had no idea. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
I'm teaching you things every day.
I guess so.
So I need to talk some sports because I
Yeah,
realized.
what in the world are we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about Memphis rap. It wasn't my fault. It was your fault.
How's that my fault? I didn't interrupt you.
Yes, you did.
You asked me a question. I answered it.
So,
by golly.
So, transition. The NCAA has raised its scholarship numbers. You can have 105 scholarships for the football team. I can't believe this is the hardest segue I've ever done in my
transition. I was just spitting my coffee out.
This is the most difficult one I've ever done. There is an extra 60 scholarships that you can give out for all major institutions. Now, you don't have to give out all these scholarships, but you can.
In my program, John, you got to earn a scholarship. We're not just giving out scholarships. You got to earn one in my program.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing is they also can do partial scholarships, which kind of ticks me off because partial scholarships suck.
It's reserved for baseball,
people
John.
that are old like me and played baseball know about how bad partial scholarships suck. Or if you're a cheerleader,
Nah, there you
Except for now, man. I can't believe this. You won't believe this. My daughter be making bank, bro, on NIL.
I believe it. At Ole Miss, I definitely believe it.
She's actually like,
good for her.
She the other day, you know what? She's like, "Oh, Dad, don't send me the $500 you send me every month. I'm good,
Oh,
Dad."
okay.
I was like, "All right."
You're like, why don't you send me some money then?
I'm like, "All right." And she's just doing little like videos or something,
her.
man. But anyway, the NCAA, who I didn't know had any power left, came out, raised the scholarship levels for all sports. Well, for major sports, baseball, basketball, women's volleyball, soccer, football. I don't think they said anything about hockey. Nobody even plays hockey, do they?
No, people play hockey.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do partial scholarships, if I had to guess.
I guess they might. But it had nothing listed about hockey. But the point is that they have raised all these. And I'm kind of curious. How is it that now every single university can pay $20 million a year in restitution? Oh, they can spend $20 million a year in NIL. They can give scholarships to 300 athletes. And then the university, the exact same university that's paying all these people and that's bringing in all this money and getting all this money and then spending all this money, can bend you over and basically tell you how it's going to be if you're just a normal student. I don't know if you know normal students. There are more of you than athletes. I think it's time for people to stand up and say, this is just straight BS. Bro, the largest endowments in the world right now, do you know where they are?
Where?
Harvard has number one. They're universities. They're sitting on billions of dollars collecting interest while they put people in debt. Why are we forgiving people's loans, student loans? How about you just have the universities stop charging so damn much money? And by the way, keep paying the players and the coaches, because you know what? Big sports is awesome. And the other day I was listening to somebody talk, and they were talking about like, you know, the whole college system. And by the way, this was a European. You know, I mean, he's English. I don't know. I guess you call it. You're still European if you're English,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, all over there in Europe.
And he was like going, I just don't understand American universities. Like it's tied into everything. And I was like, you know, and I kind of listened to him, and I was thinking to myself, well, first I thought he was crazy because his accent is terrible, and he drank Guinness, and that's disgusting. I'll drink a black and tan, but I can't just drink a straight Guinness. It's just disgusting. And he's talking about how he doesn't understand college sports and American universities. And then he started telling me about their universities, about how, did you know that you don't pay to go to school?
Right, yeah. They have free education over there.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
Guess what happens if your education is free?
What's that?
You can't make excuses. You can't. Excuses are like a-holes. Everybody's got one. I don't have you. If everybody got to go to school for free, it'd be based on merit, would it not?
Yeah, I guess so.
Kind of just like athletics.
Sure.
So I think it should be free. I think the kids should be able to go on merit, and I think the SEC and the Big Ten becoming the biggest, baddest damn thing on college football's planet is a great thing for football. I don't care about the ACC. I don't believe in Mario Cristobal. 12-13 in his 2 years at Miami. Terrible. I know they got Cam Ward. What do you think? Cam Ward's going to come in all of a sudden, win a Heisman Trophy and be drafted number one? I don't think so. DJU is terrible. Mike Norvell might be a great coach, and he got the most. He got the most out of Paxton Lynch, did he not?
Sure did.
Like that dude could. Did you know how dumb that kid was?
Yeah.
Dude, I did not know he was that dumb.
Yeah.
Dumbest, most talented possible quarterback to play at Memphis.
Sure.
But probably IQ-wise, right at 80.
Guy liked to play a little too much video games, John.
Video games and nitrous, from what
That's
I
right,
hear.
Yeah, that's exactly right, actually.
I'm just
And he had that.
Yeah,
And he had that
did I
guy
just say-
living.
I'm kidding. That's reckless speculation.
And he had that guy living in his house that pulled a joint in the fan control football league.
Yes, he did. Jay Stu, what's
right.
up in the house? But my point is like ACC, DJU, I don't trust Cape Public. I don't believe in Dabo anymore. The Big 12, when you look at their everything that makes up the Big 12, you know what it looks like?
What's that?
It looks like fun basketball. it looks like bad football. Because let me tell you something. If Oklahoma State and Ollie Gordon III are the creme de la creme, if Kansas State and Kansas are carrying the torches, Arizona, are you kidding me? Like, do you see what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So they're the little guys. But the reason this is good for college football, the SEC and the Big Ten being dominant, is number one is 8 of the last 10 championships by the SEC and the Big Ten. Hell, Alabama has been to 8 college football playoffs in the last 10 years. By the way, Nick Saban won 6 of them junts. Georgia's been won 2 out of the last 3, been to 2 out of the last 3, and won 2. I kind of feel like, as a weirdo who was so I just was against the change, I think I like college football now better, because now it looks like you have the AFC, which is the SEC. You have the NFC, which is the Big Ten. And then you have the XFL and the Canadian Football League, which are the ACC and the Big 12. Sorry, Memphis. You're going to end up going to the ACC one day, and that's all right. You're XFL. But I think the dominance from these two programs are great, because don't you want to see the best on best? The problem is that I have, though, with the Big Ten being crowned as number 2, or saying the equal of the SEC is, right now the Big Ten is not equal. Yeah, you got more teams. And I guess you believe Oregon's going to come in there and give you a little bravado, but do you believe in Ryan Day? Ohio State hadn't done jack since Urban Meyer left. Jim Harbaugh left Michigan. Y'all realize that, right? He's now coaching the Chargers. Illinois is always terrible. Iowa can only play defense. Northwestern's got some smart kids. But we're not talking about like murderers row, and USC doesn't even play defense. The USC had Caleb Williams last year, and they're calling him the second coming in Chicago. And they couldn't even win games against the Pac-12. They won one of their final 6 games of the season. Like, that is just like that. Don't 8 and 5. That's Lincoln Riley last year. I like the dominance. I like the big guns. I like best on best. And I think I'm going to love this year. Now, speaking of television and television rights, during Hardwood, we got to talk about the Amazon TNT situation. Charles Barkley.
John, do you have Amazon Prime?
Man, I have every damn...
Okay, I just want to make sure.
My cable bill is probably like $400 a month.
Yeah.
Because all you strong-arm a-holes out there charging everybody. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to watch everything...
Gotta have them all, John. Like Pokemon. You gotta collect them all.
Oh, and by the way, they've gotten so good that the Fire Stick don't work no more.
Oh, wow, your little jailbroken thing?
Freaking, like, it'll work for 2 weeks, and then it'll have to be reset. And then it'll work for 2 weeks, and I'm like, man, this has gotten so annoying. Just pay. Pay to play.
How about that?
And that's the NCAA. I don't know if I taught you anything during this segment, except for I'm in a lot of pain. But on the other side, I'm going to tell you some funny jokes. We're going to talk about J-Lo. Did you know that J-Lo was a fly girl for In Living Color?
I did not know that.
Did you know that I dated a fly girl?
I also did not know that.
It wasn't J-Lo. She was from Memphis. But damn it, if you would have told me J-Lo back in the day, because I actually met her, if you would have told me that she would have like looked this good at 55 years old because she just had her 55th birthday, I'd have told you were crazy, because she wasn't that good looking when she was 20. She looks better at 55. I think it's peptides, bro. I really do. And by the way, guess who didn't show up to her 55th birthday?
Who's that?
Ben Affleck.
Whoa.
So I'm kind of curious. Better chance, Larsa Pippen or J-Lo?
For you?
Yeah. I'm old. They old.
Let's go J-Lo. No, Larsa Pippen.
Yeah, because you'll be in Memphis, man.
That's
I ain't
right.
hanging out in the Hamptons.
That's a good point.
J-Lo's living in the Hamptons. Did you know that?
I mean, it doesn't
How
surprise
can you
me.
be Jenny from the block and live in the Hamptons? I don't know if you know, Jenny, your block wasn't in the Hamptons. Hardwood on the other side, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Simple, smooth, and every sip is easy as the last. Tito's handmade vodka tastes just as good with tap water as it does your favorite mixers. Back in the day, Tito distilled, hand-bottled, taste-tested, sent out to a few friends, then taste-tested again to give you the finest juice around. No frills, no flavors, no fancy labels, just the good stuff, just Tito's. For recipes, videos, and more, visit Tito'sVodka.com. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, mainly 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code 2024 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code 2024 for 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code 2024 for 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code 2024.
Rock and Ronnie Smith, it's the biggest, the summer event in Gossip. Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram out on the pike. Yo, Rock and Ronnie, what you got going on?
I've got 2023 Jeep Renegade Latitude four-wheel drive, $26,095 for $388 a month.
That's a rocking Jeep deal. What else you got, Ronnie?
Power up in a 2023 Dodge Charger SXT, $26,795 or $398 a month.
And Ronnie, I know you're in the biggest, the summer event. You gotta have an incredible Ram deal.
2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab four-wheel drive, $697 a month.
Rock and Ronnie is rocking some deals today. So drive past the rest and up to the next at Gossip Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Piker. Shop online at GossipMotorCars.net.
Renegade Triple P 57256 MSRP 31095 Charger PH 636170 MSRP 37215 Ram RN 203232 MSRP 588. Price includes all rebates and incentives and excludes PF 695. All exclude tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Dealer stock only.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on the shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding and a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Granger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call CraigGranger.com or just stop by. Granger, you get it done.
Summertime's finally here, and that means it's time to party. Lucky for you, Family Leisure is having a summertime to party sale. Now, what's all included in this party sale? Practically everything. 24-foot above ground pools for as little as $19.99. All ladders, filter systems, and even robotic cleaners are 20% off. Come in and look at all of the in-stock patio furniture Family Leisure has. Plus, it's up to 50% off. Play gyms for the kids, that's $1,000 off. Patio umbrellas, take 20% off. You can get a 4-person hot tub for just under $3,000. We know you're really going to just use it for yourself. Family Leisure has discounted pricing on all in-stock pool toys and floats while the supplies last, so you better get in quick. Plus, Family Leisure has special financing available. Just ask an associate for all the details. Summertime means party time, and Family Leisure is ready for any party. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun all come together.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Hopefully you hit up Buster's Butcher, Buster's Liquor Store, grab you some Tito's, and go see my buddies over at Rick's Powder Coating. Why go over to Rick's Powder Coating? Well, they do the best. Do you know what powder coating is? It ain't paint. It's like magnetized. Did you know that, Dacus?
I did not know
I went over to Rick's Powder Coating and checked out how they did this thing. It's like science, bro. Like, do you know Neil deGrasse Tyson or whatever?
Neil deGrasse Tyson, yeah.
Yeah, man, he's got to work at this place because it's straight up science. They can bond any of this powder coating to metal, and it lasts forever. It does not chip. It does not fade. It does not get messed up. Rick's Powder Coating. Check them out at rickspowdercoating.com. And don't forget, my friends, at Automatic Gate Construction. Go to myautomaticgateconstruction.com. They can blend aesthetically appealing, beautiful gates that also secure your house. And they do everything from putting it in to repairing it and taking care of the maintenance. That's myautomaticgates.com. Let's go to Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
So you and Melinda are married or engaged or dating?
Dating.
Do you love her?
Sometimes.
Does she love you?
Rarely.
Did you see what Brian Robinson's girlfriend did this weekend? He's the running back for the Washington Redskins. He plays with Chase Daniels. And by the way, he was trending on X yesterday because did you see the touchdown pass that Jaden Daniels threw Brian Robinson?
I did not.
It was a beautiful pass.
Was it a beautiful pass?
It was a great catch.
Good.
It was a hell of a
Glad to hear
route.
Glad
But
to
it
hear
was nothing like his girlfriend did.
I think I saw this. I think I was driving last night, and I think I saw the video.
While you were driving, that doesn't sound good, buddy.
And I kind of clicked it, and then I was like, what? And so then I was like, I'll watch that later. And so, I was a little confused
do
what
you know
was
what
going
the Do you know what the Caitlin Clark is?
Knocking down threes? I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
no. She does this heart symbol.
Okay.
Like, I'd never seen the heart symbol with the hand until Caitlin Clark. Had you?
No, I don't.
No, I never. So. She gives it to her parent. Does everybody out there know what I'm talking about? Like, you can turn your hand into a heart.
Sure.
Like, imagine. Man, no, I can't say that because then it's going to sound terrible on the radio. But anyway, you can make your hand a heart. My man peed through her heart.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
That was him urinating through her heart hand.
Because excuse me.
I'm just telling you right now, man. Let me tell you something. Moises Alou peed on his own hands, but I don't think he had other women pee on his hands.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm just not down with the whole, what is up with the pee thing?
I'm not down with that.
I'm not either. And by the way, don't do me the Caitlin Clark heart and then have him peeing through it. NFL is here.
Oh, man.
I did see the other day, though, man. When I saw this, I almost fell over. Did you see the picture that was trending yesterday on X of Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts?
No.
That might be the two most yoked quarterback running back combinations that I've ever seen in my life. Like, Jalen Hurts is a full-grown man. Like, that's why he gets every first down that they run. Saquon Barkley is the quad monster. His legs made Jalen Hurts' legs look small. These two guys, I think, could be great. My question is Nick Sirianni, is he going to be able to handle it? Because, boy, when he had Shane Steichen, he was a pretty damn good coach, wasn't he?
Yep.
You remember when they started 10-1 last year? He looked like a pretty good coach. Mm-hmm. And then he brings in Patricia and changes everything, and guess what? They didn't win jack.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to be back? I'm not sure. But I'll tell you what Nick Sirianni said. Do you know what he's going to be better at this year?
What's that?
Sleeping. And not talking about with other women. He said sleeping. He said, I've been working too hard. He goes, you can't work 18 hours a day and be ready for Sunday. You got to get some rest. I tell my players, if they want to be their best, you got to get rest.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, I sound like I could be a preacher.
You could.
I can rhyme like a mug. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
If you want to be at your best, you must get some rest. If the Eagles want to fly, somebody might have to die. And that might be Nick Sirianni. because I don't know if this man's got it. Like, this dude's winning percentage in the last 3 seasons is the best in football. Did you know that?
Yeah.
But I think he might be on one of the hottest seats in football because if they start out slow, then Nick must go. Start out slow, Nick must go. Telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Yo, send me which church needs me to be there on Sunday.
That's a good one.
Man, give me
Good
a little
question.
something to read, and I got you. Now, we also have J-Lo. I mentioned that the other day. Or just the other segment,
You
right?
did. That's correct.
She was a fly girl. Her 55th birthday, she looks smoking hot. And sent out to her 270 million fans that she feels fragile and alone. You know what that feels like to me? Chick wants to fill in the blank. See, I told you I could be a preacher. I'm telling you, I'm good at this.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
No, I didn't say that.
You didn't necessarily, like, I guess.
No.
It ain't like you ain't Elon Musk and throwing $45 million behind my campaign.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, no. I don't
By
got
the
to have
way,
money.
Sidebar. I've not done much because I'm broken and injured and I cry like a baby half the afternoon.
Right.
But I've never been a news watcher.
Okay.
Don't watch the news.
Yeah, maybe not.
Like, I feel bad for those who have to watch it because it was murder, gash, no mental health people, gash, murder, and then more murder. And then I went from MSNBC to CNN to Fox, and I took like 6 bong rips. And I felt like every time I went to a different channel, I was on a different planet. News is terrible, bro. Just keep it locked to 98.5 and Sports 56 because, man, I ain't talking a bunch of news. Except for fun stuff. Like TNT. What's going to happen with them and Amazon? So TNT...
It could get ugly, John.
This is about to get really ugly because TNT said they offered the $1.8 billion for the C package. And if you know what the C package is, don't you? All right, so if you had me, Bryant Dacus, and Zach Boyd, I'm the A. He's the B. Zach's not here, so he's got to be the C.
Thank you. I thought you were going to make me the C. I was going to be very
No, but he's not here,
disrespected.
so, like, I'm going to make you the B. But I'm definitely the A package. Bro, you're going to pay $1.8 billion for a C package?
That's how bad they want it, John.
Well, dude, how about Amazon say, no, I'll pay you 2.8, and then you just steal Chuck, you steal Shaq, you steal Kenny, you take the whole because we don't care about TNT. The only thing people like is inside the NBA.
Yeah, I was actually just reading something about it, and
Amazon, I don't like you. I can't stand you. You are the devil. I believe that Amazon is Satan. Do you know why?
Why?
I can't walk, I can't talk, and can't do jack. But I can order anything I want, and it shows up on my front porch the next day. That's dangerous.
Yeah, I'd rather not call Amazon the devil because, F the devil. I hate the devil. Me and my homies hate the devil.
But you love Amazon.
Amazon is one of the sponsors for the
See,
Seattle Kraken.
He's a sneaky
it's
sucker.
in Seattle. But
dude, he's gonna get you, boy.
And John, I was reading about this, and it sounds like the NBA really likes the idea of putting a lot of their games on a big streaming platform like Amazon.
Well, because they're paying ridiculous prices.
Right. And Amazon, honestly, when you're talking about streaming, Amazon is a really good avenue because
I think there's out of all the streams, Peacock sucks.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing I watch on Peacock.
The Olympics is on Peacock right now.
Again, I'm going to watch now. Finally, I'm going to get to watch Peacock again because I haven't watched it since that
Gold
one.
Zone with Scott Hansen.
I watched one football game, and I've had Peacock for almost a year.
John, in Peacock's defense, you could have canceled it after the game.
Like, dude, who
You've had it for
cancels?
years,
Like, who's out there just canceling things? Like,
I bought way too much. I spent way too much money on concert tickets that might not even happen now this weekend. That one night a couple weeks ago, I went through and canceled a bunch of streaming services because I did not have money. But
you could sell your blood.
I could, but I don't like needles, John. But like I was saying,
nobody would want your semen, so you can't sell
no,
that.
can't sell that. Amazon, you think about it like
You
that.
got a kidney that works?
I don't know.
You only
Maybe.
need one. If you got two good ones, man, you could sell a kidney.
I don't know. Where's the kidney located?
They're like in your back area.
Okay, maybe.
I'm like a doctor.
I don't know. But when you go to Amazon, like think back to when the Thursday night games are on Amazon. Like if you're just going to Amazon to shop for something, there are big banners on the website that says live right now, Cowboys versus Eagles, Thursday night football, click here to watch. And so like the NBA thinks Amazon would be very valuable for them, and it sounds like they're completely shutting TNT out in all sorts
That's
of conversations
exactly what it
or
feels
anything.
like.
And now TNT says they're going to take legal
action against them. Yeah, I saw
it's
that this
crazy.
morning. They're suing
So
now
it'd be
Amazon,
really, really bad.
and they're about to sue the NBA because they
That's
say
right.
that they offered the exact amount because they said contractually in their contract that if somebody else pays more, they have an opportunity to match. Now, the thing is when it says the match part, this is where I'm not a lawyer. I'm a stony MacGyver, though. And I'm putting my thinking cap on. Moroccan, dude, that blonde hashish from Morocco. All right, and I'm thinking about this. Well, in your contract, it said that you were going to pay what anybody else would pay for the premium package. Well, if you're trying to match the C package, which is $1.8 million that Amazon was willing to pay for it, I don't know if you know that. That's not the full package. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a lawyer. I know lawyer Dwayne, where you at, bro? He texts in all the time.
Yeah, we need his expertise on
I'm
this.
just saying, I feel like TNT's screwed.
It feels like it.
Like, dude, you didn't offer a single penny for the A package. You didn't offer a single penny for the B package. You offered $1.8 million for the C package. And you know what they offered for the D package?
For the D package?
Nothing, because they all about the C.
Oh, jeez. I can't even believe I fell into that trap.
Man, they ain't looking for no D package up in this joint. Oh, Lord have mercy. I had something else that I wanted to tell you. I feel like it was about it was about drugs.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God, people! I need y'all to do this. Do you want to know what's happened? And this was what I saw on the news the other night. I meant to actually do the story right after I talked about the news.
Okay.
So it was murder. Dead body found in a car, burned.
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy.
Like dude was burnt to death, and it was in the impound for 3 days.
That's crazy.
Before they realized there was a dead dude in a burnt car.
Crazy.
Which I can kind of understand, bro. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, dude, are you looking into, like, if a car was completely burnt out, are you, like, going, damn, man, now we got to tow this joint? Are you thinking that there's going to be a person actually in the joint?
Probably not. I wonder who towed it. Like, I wonder what towing company towed it.
They obviously didn't look in the car either.
Clearly not.
Could you imagine, if I was a tow truck driver and I, like, was pulling out a burnt car and I looked back and there was, like, remains of a dude? I'd have been like, oh, hell no.
I gotta be very vague when I tell this story.
Oh, great. I have no idea what I was talking about.
One of my friends is a tow truck driver. One of my best friends is a tow truck driver.
Where were you on Father's Day when my car broke down and I had to buy Chaz a new car?
Great question. You should have called me. So my best friend's or one of my best friends is a tow truck driver. And so one night he was like, I was at his house chilling and he got a call and he had to go tow a car. He was like, hey, do you want to just ride with me and then we'll, come back here and do whatever? It's like, sure, man, whatever. So we go and it's like out in Bartlett somewhere. And we go and there's like a bunch of cops at this thing. And he's like, this is weird. Usually there's not this many cops around when I do a tow truck. And so I'm kind of sitting there just like, okay. And so then we pull up and he gets out and goes and talks to the cops and he comes back and goes, oh Lord, stay in the car, Brian. And I go, I was planning on it, but why? He goes, guy who wrecked his car, he's on the run and they said he might have a gun. I don't know. Let's get this car and get out of here. So I was just sitting there the whole time just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Dude, does you think he's ever towed a car with a massive amount of drugs in it?
Probably not. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, if the cops aren't finding dead bodies, how do they not know like
it's a
8 kilos of coke's in the back?
Great point. It's a great point by you.
Now, oh yeah, the whole point of the story though was so I'm here to help you out.
That's right.
You're here to help me out.
That's right.
Kids, I'm being dead serious. As much as I talk about, like, I jokingly talk about, like, substance abuse in certain aspects. Like, nah, I wouldn't call it abuse. I would call it more having fun, right? There's this stuff that has now been released in Tennessee. Have you heard what Trank is?
No.
It's already killed 198 people in Tennessee.
Holy cow.
It makes you turn into a zombie. It makes open sores on your face. And it's a animal tranquilizer, people. And I don't know if you know this, but yes, we are animals.
Wait, so what are people using this for? Like drug?
Dude, they are mixing it with meth and fentanyl.
Huh.
And people are dying left and right.
Huh.
So if you can, seriously, and this is not a joke, rehab is not for quitters.
No, it is not. You're absolutely right.
It is for
John.
winners.
That's absolutely right, John.
And right now, the drug game out there, man, this ain't
crazy.
like when I was growing up, man, we smoked a little weed and drank some beer. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Now people are doing meth.
I mean, we did a little mushrooms because the rain falls
There you go.
and there were so many cows in Germantown when I was a kid that mushrooms were growing everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's all we did. We weren't doing no damn animal tranquilizer. So do me a favor. Kids, stop doing drugs. We're going to take a quick break. Back in Two Shakes, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
If you own a business, you know Luttrell Belting keeps you moving. Luttrell has cost-effective belts, conveyor components, and 24/7 on-site service to keep you operating smoothly. Text are just a phone call away at 800-441-8946 or online at LuttrellBelting.com. Luttrell's Memphis plant stocks belting in nearly every size and finish, and if they don't have it, they'll make it. From ordering to selection, fabrication, and installation, your Luttrell sales rep is there for you. Luttrell Belting keeps you moving.
Women here in Memphis are wearing bigger, better quality diamonds and some amazing designer rings thanks to the arrival of Genesis Diamonds. Hey, it's Eric Hasseltine, and Genesis came on the scene here last year and shook up the jewelry world big time with rock-bottom prices on diamonds, a selection that's like 20 times ordinary stores, designer rings you can't find anywhere else, and guarantees and warranties that are the strongest in America. A relaxed, no-pressure, laid-back experience with no commission salespeople. Everybody here is loving what Genesis is doing. Whether you want a lab-grown diamond or a natural diamond, Genesis will easily beat anyone else's price. The owner is a former diamond wholesaler, and Genesis has cornered the market on the world's most acclaimed designer rings. They have all the top 10 designers in the bridal world, thousands of handcrafted rings made by the premier designers. For whatever special occasion you have coming up, don't go to the old-fashioned stores for the same old, same old. Discover the store that's raised the bar in quality, selection, and value. Prepare to be blown away. Genesis Diamonds on Poplar at Perkins Extended.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast. With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas? When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Make your next grill your last with a Big Green Egg. Smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Save money on fuel, eating out, and replacing expensive grills that cannot match the flavor of the Big Green Egg. Ready to cook in only 10 to 15 minutes with temperatures below 200, above 700, and anywhere in between with ease. Change your at-home cooking experience for life. Go to shop.biggreenegg.com.
but you got to be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a thirsty Thursday, and I got to tell you, man, there was some stuff I wanted to talk about today I never got to in the MLB. We talked a little poppycock, but there are some serious things out there that I need to discuss, like Scooball, Davy Crockett, his kid, Garrett Crochet. There's some pitchers out there that could change.
What?
It's Davy Crockett's kid, like great-great-grandfather.
But
they changed it to Crochet. I mean, I don't know why.
Okay.
You didn't know? You know, I've been calling him Davy Crockett's kid for like
I did not know
months.
that. I did not know
You
that.
don't listen to my show. I noticed.
I've never heard you say that. I'll be honest.
Wait, you were the one who tried to? No, it was your. Actually, it was your brother.
What was that?
There's two of y'all.
There is two of us.
Yeah, because he texted me one day. It's Crochet, and I was like, I know. I was like, it's a whole joke. But anyway, the point is, they got so many people out there that are available. There are prospects out there to sell. There are people to get into, and you could change the outlook of your entire team. Like right now, like Philadelphia, you grab one more outfielder, you're Gucci. If you're Baltimore, you want a kill shot, go grab Crochet or Scooball and get you a pitcher. If you're the Dodgers, go get a damn pitcher. Like Walker Buehler's like injured, Clayton Kershaw's coming back. Like, y'all just spent $350 million on what Yamamoto, and he's not expected back until August or September. Like, you're pitching. Tyler Glasnow is all you got. So, yeah, go get you a pitcher. You spent like $1 billion on 2 players last year. You got Cleveland. They need a starting pitcher, and they need actually a couple more bats, to be honest with you. I look at the New York Mets. Only thing I feel like the Mets need is a bullpen. I can't believe I'm saying this. But their team looks solid as hell. Starting pitching looks good. Bullpen, a little bit thin. You got people like, I would say the Yankees, but screw the Yankees. Like, they just need life. And what I mean is they need a new coach, and Aaron Boone is terrible. Hal Steinbrenner, you sure as hell aren't George. And Cashman, you should have been fired a long time ago. Derek Jeter ain't walking through that door. But, yeah, we got to talk some baseball. We might get to it tomorrow. Also wanted to tell you before I got off the air about something that I think was kind of crucial and important. Damn, it makes me think to myself, what was that was crucial and important?
Obviously, wasn't that crucial or important.
No, it was very, very crucial. It was very important. Oh, I know what it was. Nerfy of the day.
Oh, geez. Yeah, let's try this again.
That's it. Dude, I'm telling you, this was the most important thing I couldn't remember. So yesterday, I told you this. Nerfies went 5-10. Vegas beat the brakes off of the Nerfy people yesterday. I love me a Nerfy today. Which Nerfy, if you were looking at any Nerfy out there, which one stands out to you?
Braves and Mets at 6 o'clock, John.
Ew, really?
I mean, I'm just Chris Sale and Luis Severino. I don't know, maybe.
Seems
Start
like
strong.
a setup to me, buddy.
Which one you're looking at?
Man, I'm looking at the Rays and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays score all the runs late, don't they?
That's true.
I mean, you look at Vlad Guerrero Jr., 5 home runs in the last 6 games, every single one of them after the 5th inning. Did you know that?
Wow.
Boys, they like to score late. Kind of like me when I was growing up, man. After 10 o'clock, it was on. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Get out there and make the world a better place. See y'all on the flip side. Peace.
You know, sometimes I wish I had a gun.
Well, I'm armed, but before I bought one, I still went to Top Gun Academy to learn to protect myself without a gun.
How is that possible?
Top Gun's personal protection training. It's perfect if you want to protect yourself without firearms.
I don't know.
And it's perfect if you feel the need to carry a gun for self-defense, because the last thing you really want to do is shoot.
That is scary.
Not at Top Gun. It's very comfortable, and you learn to load, handle, and shoot a handgun safely. Protect yourself. Go to Top Gun Academy. They're at 2770 Winton Road.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist?
You don't say.
Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist. That's right.
Insurance company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything. A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to awesome. Chase for business.